Old Truthfordians, unfortunately, the day has come. Today, at 11:46 a.m., Fabrizio Romano released the news we were all dreading to hear. Erik ten Hag has been sacked by Manchester United with immediate effect. We're going to go over the timeline of events and what this means for the club moving forward. Let's get into it. It was reported by Mike Keegan that Erik ten Hag was summoned to a meeting at Carrington this morning with Omar Barada and Dan Ashworth, where he was informed that it was over. That meeting was described as respectful and dignified, as per Mike Keegan. Shortly after the announcement of Ten Hag's dismissal, Fabrizio was quick to confirm that Ruud van Nistelrooy will be Man United's interim manager, clarifying he will be the immediate replacement for Erik ten Hag. Decision made internally. But honestly, we have to say congratulations to Ineos for stopping not only one, but two Manchester United managers' contracts in the space of 2 weeks. Well done, Ineos. You heartless bastards. Even the Glazers haven't managed to do anything like that. First things first, was the sacking of Erik ten Hag justified? Well, in some ways, yes. In some ways, no. It doesn't take a genius to see that we've been struggling this season. Our positions in the Premier and Europa League would give that away. And if you're under the thinking of the buck stops at the manager and all of our results are down to him, then I can easily see why people were Ten Hag out. Not to mention the lack of clinical nature in Ten Hag's sides. Nothing demonstrates this more than the Premier League goals scored since Erik ten Hag's appointment in 2022. With Manchester City scoring almost double our goals during his time at the club. I personally always remained Ten Hag in, because in my eyes, the players are the ones who have to put it all out there on the pitch. And if I'm not seeing that, although you could argue it is the manager's responsibility to get the best out of the players, there's countless stats this season to show that we have improved this season, whether it's clean sheets, XG created, or just visually. I think at the start of the season, it was clear to see that a style of play was beginning to form. However, with a few injuries to vital members of the team and a few needless red cards, it felt as though we were transported back to last season, which no United fan wanted to return to. One thing I have noticed about the Manchester United fan base and players after creating content online for a few years now is that once the team and fans experience negative feelings under a manager, it's almost impossible for the manager to get rid of those negative feelings, meaning that to be the Manchester United manager, you have to literally incrementally improve over time and just get stronger every game. Otherwise, when there is an eventual dip, there's no coming back. Just look at our last three managers, for example. Jose Mourinho, losing the FA Cup final, next season in December, sacked. Ole, losing the Europa League final, next season in November, sacked. Ten Hag finishing 8th in the league, next season in October, sacked. As soon as the fan base and the players feel negative emotions under a manager, they're all but gone. The manager is never going to be given the time to turn things back around, making the Manchester United manager role arguably the hardest in world football. For Ten Hag, despite winning 2 trophies in his first 2 seasons at Manchester United, it was the poor performances in the league that really sealed his fate. Those within United say the decision on Erik ten Hag was difficult but unanimous. With no momentum or progress, the club considered the poor starts in both the Premier League and Europa League and found no justifiable excuses, as per Mike Keegan. Where does this leave Manchester United now? Well, as you can see here, David Moyes, Ryan Giggs, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Michael Carrick, Ralf Rangnick and Erik ten Hag have all failed to bring glory back to Manchester United in terms of serious silverware, meaning Sir Alex Ferguson is still the only man to win a Premier League with the club. In my opinion, these players need to take a long, hard look in the mirror. We were easily the better team at half-time against West Ham, and then we just utterly capitulated in the second half. United players were told about Ten Hag's sacking at the same time the official announcement was made this morning, as per Chris Wheeler. The search for United's next manager is now on, with many names being thrown into the hat, Xavi being one of them. However, Xavi has not heard from United. His idea of a sabbatical year and then starting a new project has not changed, as per Guillem Balag. Julian Nagelsmann, Thomas Frank, and Ruben Amorim are also all contenders to become the next United manager, as per Rich Fay, with Julian Nagelsmann open to replacing Erik ten Hag as United manager, according to TalkSport. However, according to Sky Cover, a couple of United players expect Ruud van Nistelrooy to be the next permanent manager. Something which I don't see a lot of the Ten Hag out crew talking about is the financial implications of Ten Hag being sacked. As per Samuel Luckhurst, Erik ten Hag is due around £17 million in compensation following his sacking. I mean, Ineos's cutting cost exercise hasn't gone to plan, has it? Here's a smart idea. Maybe don't offer somebody a contract extension only to end it 3 months later, you absolute morons. But don't pay attention to the £17 million you've just forked out. Let's just focus on Lucy the Lunch Lady and her 3 Mars bars. That'll take us back to the top. In a shocking turn of events, Erik ten Hag's final United press conference for Wednesday's game against Leicester was done after the West Ham game yesterday and will never be aired, as per Chris Wheeler. Rumour has it that Ten Hag, out of frustration, was going to leak information, but confirmed the Glazers attended a P. Diddy party and it left them no choice but to fire the manager and lock him in an NDA. As for the players, they have shown their appreciation to the boss. Bruno Fernandes had this to say on Instagram: "Thanks for everything, boss. I appreciate the trust and the moments we shared together. I wish you all the best. Even knowing the last period hasn't been great from all of us, I hope you fans can keep with you the good things Erik has done for our club." Rasmus Højlund had this to say on Instagram: "Thanks for everything, boss. Wish you all the best in the future." Alejandro Garnacho had this to say on Instagram: "Thank you for everything, boss. I will always be grateful to you for giving me the opportunity and the confidence to play for this club. It hasn't gone as we all wanted, but I will remember the good times we had together, and I wish you all the best in the future. Thank you very much, Erik." Joshua Zirkzee: "Thank you for everything, coach." Kobe Mainu: "Thank you for your trust and belief in me and for giving me the opportunity to play for my boyhood club. I wish you all the best for the future." Onana simply posted this photo. Lisandro Martinez: "Thanks for the trust you placed in me, coach. It's not the end we hoped for, and we're really feeling it because responsibility is always shared. But we hold on to the great memories of Wembley and your passion for United. Good luck and every success in the future." Notice how the only players who have posted so far are the captain, the players Ten Hag bought, and the players he brought from the academy. The rest of these vile snakes who have been here for years couldn't give a toss, could they? This is like their 7th manager. How long does it take to say thank you and show your appreciation to the manager publicly? Even Roy Keane got in the mix, posting a very ominous photo with the caption: "In good teams, coaches hold players accountable. In great teams, players hold players accountable." Obviously, Keane is putting blame towards the players, saying they need to hold each other accountable rather than needing the manager to constantly motivate them to perform well. As for Ten Hag, he's fled to the Netherlands to escape the English press. I mean, can you really blame him? Erik ten Hag seen for the first time since his United sacking. He was spotted getting into the back of his car as he left his Cheshire home. He will travel back to the Netherlands. An emotional Erik ten Hag sharing a hug with a member of airport staff before jetting off to the Netherlands. And that's where we are. The crooked players have won yet again, another manager sacked, and now we wait for another to come in and be backstabbed yet again. Until the grifters are taken out of this team, we're gonna witness the same 3-year cycle happen over and over and over again. I'm gonna be making a special series for the players I have absolutely no time for, so be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're kept in the loop for that. Erik ten Hag, I want to thank you on behalf of all Old Truthfordians for your service to the club, winning our first trophy in 6 odd years, winning trophies in consecutive seasons while you were here, and being one of the only managers to beat Pep Guardiola in a final. Thank you, and I wish you all the best in the future. P.S. Feudalo, you piece of shit actor, you've cost this manager his job. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, drop a like, and comment your thoughts on Erik ten Hag departing the greatest team to have ever played the beautiful game. Really appreciate you tuning in, and Godspeed.